Hello, everyone. This is Latoya of Infinitenature, and I am back with another live. I wanted to get on because I was just reflecting on this morning, and just off of just observation, just watching random YouTube videos and things of that nature. And one thing that I want to make clear, you may see the title. It says it's possible to eat plant-based while being pregnant. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of people who, one thing I've learned is that a lot of people don't feel supported when they decide to eat plant-based and be pregnant, because there's a lot of people that are not aware of it being possible. There's a lot of people that don't know a lot of people that eat plant-based. So when you share that you are vegan or vegetarian or raw vegan like me, sometimes that's unheard of depending on who you're around, depending on, what people are exposed to. They may be like, that's not even possible, or they may project their own experiences onto you and what worked for them. And one thing that I personally learned is that you can't really care about what people think when you know your body, and if you are getting the proper support, because sometimes you have to be very mindful even when it comes to the professionals, and it's important to go to people who will be supportive of your journey when you're eating plant-based and being pregnant. And I'm just speaking from my personal experience. I think the reason why I was able to do it was partially because I already had the experience of being just eating plant-based, period. Plus I had, my husband has been plant-based for a very long time, since his early 20s. Plus, on top of that, I had a midwife who had experience with working with other women, with working with mothers who were vegetarian, vegan, and even raw vegan. So I was very thrilled and felt like it was divine that, even though my birth story ended up completely different, where my daughter's birth story ended up very unique and interesting in itself. Still, my experience as with a midwife and learning so much about it, like, it really changed my experience of eating raw, period. And that's why it's just so important to have a huge support system, or just a group of people, or even if you go online and look at people's videos and their experience, that can be very supportive. And you really have to be in the space of not really caring what people around you think, because one thing I've learned, I don't know if people know about archetypes, but there's this archetype that I call the pioneer archetype. And the pioneer is, normally somebody that is the first to do it. Whereas, many people have eaten plant-based, but you may be the first in your surroundings to do it, first in your family to do it. And so you may be the one that show the example, or when people come behind you, children, or like the kids that come behind you, if they decide they want to do it one day, you will be that support. So that's one thing that I've had to learn, is that I beat to the rhythm of my own drum, and I married somebody like that. So with that being said, it's like you have to be very comfortable in whatever choices you make in life, especially when it comes to your health and wellness. And there's going to be a lot of naysayers, there's going to be a lot of people with their doubts for their own projections. But I'm saying this because I know it can be very frustrating, because many women have come to me and whether I know them or I don't know them, and they ask me, how was it with, eating plant-based and being pregnant? Is it possible? And I'm telling you that it is, but it may not be for everyone. So I'm not one of those people that's going to just tell you to do it just because I did it. But I want to be one of those people that you see as, okay, she did it, so it's possible, even if you don't decide to do it, or you don't ever do it. But that's just the biggest thing that I've learned, is that you just have to listen to your own body. You have to do your own due diligence and do your own research. Part of the reason why I believe that I was able to do it and also breastfeed while being raw vegan is because I did my due diligence. I did my research. I listened to my body. I'm not caught up in dieting. I don't monitor how much I eat. I eat when I am hungry, and that's it. I think somebody asked me something. Let's see. Did you decide to stay fully raw? Yes, I did. I stayed fully raw during my pregnancy and everything like that. Now I will say high raw, and I always say high raw period, because things are still processed. Cashews are processed. The seaweed, not every seaweed is fully raw. Some of them are roasted, so things like that. But yes, I did not eat any cooked foods. Everything that I did was like, if I ate like what was it? If I ate some like not the quinoa, but the other one, I forgot. But I soak it. Like if I ate anything, I soaked it, or I use it in the dehydrator, and I have it all documented on my YouTube channel, my pregnancy experiences and some of the things that I ate. But yeah, I did not eat any cooked foods at all, outside of things that are processed, and as far as cashews and things. I don't like to say I am fully raw, but I am, but it's like high raw, because things are still processed. I don't know if you get that, but yeah. But yeah, like I really wanted to share my experience on YouTube, because there's not that many Black people eating raw and showing their pregnancy. So that's honestly one of the reasons why I wanted to share it. And another reason is I just wanted to document it or whatnot. And because it's just, I didn't see that much of it, so I wanted to do it myself. And there's a lot of times in the health spaces, especially the plant-based realm, that you don't see as much of us Black people. There's a lot of us out there, but to me it needs to be more, so that more people know that we can do this, and that it can be fun, and that it can taste good, and that it is possible. And also not be so caught up in labels, and just make it a way of life. Even if you decide to eat whatever you feel like whenever, just making sure you just incorporate more plant-based foods in your lifestyle, and making sure that you prepare your meals more so than depending on going out to eat all the time, and just having more discipline, and knowing that it starts within. And I know that a lot of mothers may be concerned with their weight, and I'm here to let you know that I gained weight fast. Once I started listening to my midwife, and she gave me advice, she said the biggest issue with plant-based mothers is eating so much fruit. And because especially in the beginning of your pregnancy, sometimes it's hard. A lot of times it's hard to keep things down, or you get nauseous, and you may not eat that much, or you eat things that are more easy on your stomach. And for me, I was eating a lot of kale. I remember when I was pregnant, I just wanted so much kale, which is interesting because that has a lot of folic acid. So I was seriously eating the things that I needed during those different times of my pregnancy. A lot of the things that I crave were things that were good for me. And I know that it had a lot to do with, my palate, and how I got my palate changed, as I was connecting more with the food and listening to my body. And that's why with Infinitenature, for this platform, I really focus more so on the internal, and focus more so on like how you connect the food with your body and your body image, is in regards to not the vanity standpoint, or just the focusing on losing weight, but really focusing on within, and focusing on what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Because I know with the weight thing, I gained weight. I gained at least 30, at the bare minimum 30 pounds, really. And then after that, I weigh more than I've ever weighed in my life right now. Like before, outside of pregnancy, and I'm about to catch up with the weight that I was. I'm very close to catching up the weight that I was when I was about to give birth to my daughter. So I'm here to let you know that you can gain weight and lose weight on a raw vegan diet, and it's just more so about what's going on with your body at that time. And also, I know with me, it's a lot like my body's changed after pregnancy. Plus, I turned 35 this year, so I don't know about other women, but I feel like they may have that might be something too. And on top of that, I'm more seasoned as a eating plant-based. And also I feel like your body really does recalibrate after you change your diet. Your body may go through some changes, and then it kind of just balances itself out. And I know that sometimes people, you see somebody losing in your eyes what too much weight is, and that may be, and they very well may be, doing something damaging. But you can't assume that, just like you can't assume that somebody that has more weight on them, that they're not doing things, that they're not eating healthier or whatever. You just never know. There is extremes to both sides. But I know for me personally, my body changes had everything to do with my adjustments to eating raw vegan. And I was still getting my cycles. I was still fertile because I got pregnant quickly and everything like that. I was doing things properly. I was eating. I ate when I needed to eat and everything like that. So I'm here to let you know, is just one more time to not get caught up in what other people think. Because if you do, you're going to end up doubting yourself, and that's going to impact your pregnancy and your mindset. And you don't want that. And just know that, even though plant-based living and eating is becoming more known and out there in certain places and in certain circles that you may be in, it may not be. And you have to really know why you're doing it, and you really have to trust your body and things of that nature. And you can't get caught up in what people think at all, because you will just doubt yourself and end up eating things just because you don't want people to think that or you just make up in your mind that. And also you have to be mindful of those like professionals. I'm gonna just say professionals in general, whether they say they're holistic or they're like the Western medicine, because they have been indoctrinated in a lot of ways also. I find that from my experience that there's quite a few of them. I've seen it from holistic standpoint, and also from the more Western medicine, of saying in so many words that you need to eat meat in order to get the nutrients, where I can tell you that that's not necessarily true. I just say do what is best for your body, and then go from there at the end of the day. And if you do have underlying conditions, definitely put that in consideration. I am not a doctor or anything like that, but I just advise that, just to trust your body and to put your health in your hands. Put your health in your hands. And I can say this is that since eating plant-based, I don't get sick like that. When I went raw, I pretty much never got sick. Like the only time I had anything come down with anything for real was shortly after I had my daughter, and I ended up having losing my voice. And I remember I felt like they had everything to do with my body changes of after having a child, and also not being able to do my fasting like I would do quarterly. And I was just like, what, this is just the changes that come with becoming a mother and your body change and everything that. But after that, no. And even if I do feel something is happening, I'm able to pinpoint what it is and handle it accordingly. But I can honestly say that be eating this way has done so much for my health, has done so much for me on so many levels. And I just encourage people to take power into their own health and stop depending so much on other people to tell you what is going on with your body. Because I'm telling you, if I would have done that, I wouldn't be able to share all of this stuff and document things, letting you know that you can do it if you really, really have faith in yourself and have faith in what Mother Nature has provided us with so much healing that Mother Nature has provided us with. And also, my daughter is very healthy. Man, she has the best immune system ever. I will say that much. Her immune system beats me and my husband's for sure. That is she's been breastfed. She doesn't have any vaccines, any vaccinations, and my child is nice and healthy, and I don't have no shame in saying that. We have to really take our power back and really just know what is best for us. And I'm not saying that you can't, everybody do what they want to do, but the point I'm trying to make is when you're doing things different, people are going to have something to say. So just forget what they got to say and do what you want to do. So that's all I wanted to share, and you guys have a great day. Bye.